When we look at a map of the world, our eyes are often drawn to the great landmasses, the Americas, Russia, China. We think of global power in terms of continental scale. Yet, in the Western Pacific, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands is becoming the world's most critical strategic nation. This is the Philippines. It often flies under the radar, overshadowed by larger neighbors. But to overlook it today, in 2025, is to miss the central story of 21st century power. The future of global trade and the tectonics of international security converge here. The world is watching the Philippines. Its story is one of geography, demography, and destiny. Its location made it a prize for empires, a partner for superpowers, and now, a fulcrum for Asian power. Its significance goes beyond bases and lanes, toward a young population, resources, and a culture bridging East and West. From New York and Shanghai to the Pentagon and Beijing, the Philippines is constant calculus for power. In the grand chess game, the Philippines is no longer a pawn, but a crucial piece, perhaps a kingmaker. Geography is often destiny, and for the Philippines, never more true. The archipelago forms a natural wall separating the Pacific from the South China Sea. To the north, Taiwan, west, Vietnam and China. South, Malaysia and Indonesia, gateways to the Indian Ocean. This placement is central to the Indo-Pacific map, and unavoidable for any power-seeking influence. It sits astride the first island chain. For the US, a forward defense. For China, a barrier of unsinkable carriers. Vast coastlines and countless islands add complexity and value. Fragmented geography creates coves, harbors, and straits that can control traffic and host assets. Between the Philippines and Taiwan lies a key choke point, the Luzon Strait. Control of the northern islands means leverage over that passage. You cannot draw trade routes, deployments, or alliances here without the Philippines at center. This role was bestowed by geography, a treasure and a tyranny that once drew empires. Today it brings immense leverage and profound risk at the center of great power competition. If the Philippines is the gatekeeper, the South China Sea is the grand highway it guards. Roughly one-third of global maritime trade, over $3 trillion passes here each year. Goods from Chinese factories, oil to Japan and South Korea, components for the world's electronics. Disruption would trigger a global shockwave. The Philippines faces the sea. Its EEZ extends deep into these contested waters. Resource-rich areas like Reed Bank bring sovereignty, livelihoods, and security together. Freedom of navigation is directly linked to Philippine interests and international law. China's 9-dash line overlaps multiple EEZs, including the Philippines. In 2016, arbitration invalidated much of China's claim, but enforcement remains daunting. Manila pursues diplomacy, joint patrols, and modernization, on the front line of a rules-based order. Modernizing the fleet underscores resolve to safeguard rights and routes. Here, global commerce and international law are tested daily. The highway remains open, because the gatekeeper stands watch. Strategic geography translates into profound military importance. The 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty anchors the alliance and deterrence. Access enables forward deployment, intelligence, and rapid crisis response beyond Guam or Hawaii. EDCA sites are not old-style bases. They pre-position gear and allow rotational presence. Locations face Taiwan and the South China Sea, signaling deterrence and rapid response. Beijing sees encirclement. A neutral Philippines would weaken the first island chain. China pairs incentives, pressure, and gray zone tactics to pull Manila from Washington. Philippine leaders balance security, treaties, and next-door economic realities. Choices on access, patrols, and upgrades are signals in a high-stakes game. Each decision is parsed globally for shifts in the balance of power. Faster boats, shore-based missiles, and drones, often with Allied support, build credible defense. Network security increasingly depends on the Philippines as a key node. In the first line of the Indo-Pacific, Manila matters more than ever. Beyond military headlines lies immense economic potential. Rich in copper, gold, nickel, and chromite, inputs for batteries and electronics. Global diversification draws interest, if regulatory stability holds. Offshore oil and gas, especially Reed Bank, could be a game-changer for energy security. Tapping resources risks confrontation. Energy independence ties to maritime sovereignty. A powerhouse service economy, led by BPO, thrives on English proficiency and cultural affinity. Filipino seafarers crew a large share of the world's ships, proof of a deep maritime nation. Infrastructure, regulation, and politics constrain, but fundamentals and a growing middle class push forward. Policy focuses on infrastructure and key industries to unlock scale. As firms de-risk, the Philippines stands out for location and opportunity. Strategic value is no fad. It recurs from the galleon age to modern logistics hubs. Wars underscored geography. Post-war alliances projected power through Subic and Clark. Today's renewed competition brings attention back to the archipelago's enduring role. In late 2025, Manila takes a more assertive stance in the West Philippine Sea. It repairs ties with traditional partners and champions the 2016 Arbitral Award. Enhanced patrols and networks grow. EDCA expands with new northern sites near Taiwan. China protests. The Philippines accelerates modernization. Fast boats, coastal missiles, drones. Assertive diplomacy plus alliances make the Philippines a shaper of events. With a median age near 25, it has one of Asia's youngest populations. While neighbors age, a vibrant workforce powers services, fintech, e-commerce, and creative industries. A 10 million-strong diaspora sends remittances and amplifies soft power worldwide. A pluralistic democracy, imperfect yet resonant, aligns values with partners for a free and open order. Education, infrastructure, and governance must convert youth into opportunity, avoiding unrest and brain drain. At critical sea lanes and the front line of great power rivalry, its choices shape commerce and order. No longer a prize for empires, the archipelago acts with agency to shape its destiny and ours. The world will keep watching, because the Philippines is central to our collective future.